演训活动始终保持安全、规范和专业的操作，符合有关国际法和国际实践。
Well, China issued, in accordance with practice, an alert that it would be conducting these activities, including potential use of live fire. It's outside of Australia's exclusive economic zone.
Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. G'day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Well, today's video, not gonna talk too much in regards to the visa, but as you have clicked it in, yes, the bully has arrived at our door. Now, I wanted to share this video to my fellow Australian families and friends. Now, it really is the time. So you probably have already noticed the news. It went berserk over the weekend that they were 3 Chinese vessels, military vessels, went through from Queensland all the way down to New South Wales, very close to Sydney, and then went into Tasman Sea, just right between Australia and New Zealand, and they started their live firing, and without a little notice to the government official of Australia and New Zealand, and they went twice, not just once, and twice. Now let me tell you, I don't think this is a very sudden act. It's pretty simple. It's very intentional, and this is only the beginning. We saw that news all over the weekend. If you want to search a Chinese vessel at Tasman Sea, there's a bunch of news from New Zealand, bunch of news in Australia. And I just wanted to say, look, the Chinese People's Liberation Army, this is not the new thing. They have been doing this in the Taiwan Strait, with the Philippines at the South China Seas, with the Vietnamese, and they have done this a long time. They had a history of doing all these kind of intimidating conducts over the years. How about the border between China and India? What had the People Liberation Army have been doing with the Indians back in I think that was last year or something, or the year before. They are trying to pitch all this kind of intimidating conducts all around the world. Just cannot believe that they had picked Australia and New Zealand in 2025. Perhaps that is the weakest point that they actually approach it with. Well, they always said, I've also got another AMAC Chinese channel, which I speak in the language of Mandarin. Well, I done the same video, similar video, and guess what? There were so many other Chinese. They're either students or they're either in Australia. And look at their comments. Check out their comments. Obviously, you may want to go into the actual video there and click on the Google translations. They think that the Australian Defence P-8 plan went into the South China Sea, which China claims that is their territory. So it is only fair for the People's Liberation Army, the Chinese vessel, to come to Tasman Sea. It's fair and justified. Even with live firing drills going on, they think it's very justified. It's just a fair go between Australia and China. Do you think it's a fair go? Do you think a sudden live firing drill is within the international rules and things, and just right between the Tasman Sea, between New Zealand and Australia, whilst there are commercial planes going, right up on the sky? How would that actually affect the general public, and the people in Australia and also New Zealand? Now, that also shows how weak the military power had projected from both Australia and New Zealand. Now, it's really a warning, a wake-up call.
First, the presence of Chinese warships off the coast of Sydney in Australia's exclusive economic zone should be a massive wake-up call about the changing dynamics of world power.
Now, I also wanted to pitch this with this video to pitch to all my friends how the Australian international education and immigration would really react. I know it's not gonna be they won't react straight away, but there's an election coming up in Australia, the general elections. How would the leader of Australia respond to this? Now, as I said, this is only the beginning. This won't be the only time. This is only the first time. I believe there's going to be a lot more of such intimidations coming from People's Liberation Army. So how would Australia really react, and how the diplomatic corresponds to the actual incidents? Now, just have a look with the trade relationship between Australia and China. Now, you can search this. China has become the largest trading partner for Australia. Now, if we scroll down, you can see this. There's so much of iron ores, petroleum, other minerals, coals going to China. Obviously, there's a lot of consumable products coming from China to Australia. But check out this now. How much of this iron ores and coals was shipped to China, where obviously they said they're building houses and things? How much of these iron ores has been made into steel and actually manufactured and produced into all these warships that we have seen, those 3 vessels in the Tasman Sea? How much were they? Has Australia supplied the material, the raw material for China to actually build these war machines that had shipped it to Tasman Seas? Think about this. How about international education? It's big. Now, the minerals resources and international education export, they are the top 4 exports that Australia actually profited from China over all these decades. Now, if we're looking into the data of international student monthly and going into yearly, we'll see the number there has been 1 million something for 2024 international student being enrolled into Australia. And check out this. You cannot believe this. Where is it? Here we go. 22% of international students coming from China. Now, how would the international education sector react to the aggression that has been posed over the weekend from the People's Liberation Army? I think I want to do this video just to question back. Now, the bully is at our door, and how would Australia really respond towards this internationally? And are you really ready for the upcoming era? Should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.
Michael, it's serious stuff, and I'm scared. I'll be honest, I'm nervous. Do we kind of try to broker a deal with China now? I know they want Taiwan. Do we offer up New Zealand and say rack off? What do you think?